We're going to solve multi-step equations. So we're going to go through these steps. We already have gone through these steps for fill in the blank, so it's going to be kind of quick. Number 1, circle the variable. Number 2, draw a vertical line at the equal sign. That's going to split your equation into 2. When you do that, you want to make sure to get rid of any parentheses. So we're going to talk about that here in a minute. Number 3, identify what operation is being done to the variable. Then we want to get x by itself, so we're going to do the inverse operations, which are also called opposite, on both sides. Whatever you do on one side, you have to do to the other. So we are doing inverse operations. So we have addition. The opposite would be to subtract. If there's multiplication, then we will divide. If there's subtraction, then we do addition. If there is division, we do multiplication. You may also have to multiply by the reciprocal if there is a fraction. So we'll talk about that here in a minute. Solve. Then box your answer, x equals, check, by substitution. We're going to do one example right here. We're going to do 3/4 x equals 9. So this is multiplication, but that doesn't mean we're going to divide by that fraction. Instead, what we're going to do is multiply by the reciprocal. You probably learned reciprocal last year. It's whenever you flip your fraction. So we're going to flip the fraction and multiply by both sides. So I'm going to write that over here. Multiply by reciprocal. That just means I'm going to flip the fraction. So the reciprocal of 3/4 is 4/3. We're going to get rid of it on that side and we get x equals. We're going to multiply. Let me grab a calculator. So let's go ahead and look at how to multiply this. So do 9 times. We want to put in the fraction 4/3. So we're going to do alpha y equals to get that fraction menu. That's that hidden menu. That gives us the fraction. Push enter. Put 4/3. Raise your hand if you need to see that again. Okay. So I do 9 times. To get the fraction, I do alpha, which is the green button, y equals. And I'm going to do 4/3. And that gives me 12. To check our answer, what we're actually doing, because I think this is where a lot of confusion happened, we're going to rewrite our original equation, but then replace x with what we got. X was 12. So this means I'm going to do 3/4 times 12 and see what it equals. because what we said was that x is 12. So now let's check. So now in the calculator, do alpha y equals and get 3 over 4. Then multiply times 12. You can have it in parentheses or not in parentheses. And that does equal 9, which is what we wanted, right? So that's where we're able to show we checked it. So put a box around x equals 12. Okay, so that's just a reminder about the reciprocal. Raise your hand if you've heard the word reciprocal before. Okay, just a few. Okay. All right, go ahead and go to the next page. We have a few more examples. Okay. Step 1 is to circle the variable, draw your line down your equal sign, step 1 and 2. If there's parentheses, you've got to deal with that first. So distribute first. You've got to get rid of parentheses before you move on. So let's go ahead and distribute. So 2 times 4c would be 8c. Then 2 times 8 is plus 16. And we just carry down the equal 32. Now we're going to solve it like we did yesterday. You can circle your variable. So you're going to distribute, and then remember we add or subtract first. So we look and see what is happening to the c term. There's a plus 16. So we do the opposite. Minus 16, minus 16. So we get 8c equals. Go ahead and subtract those. 32 minus 16. What do we get? 16. Still got to get c by itself. What is being done to c, and what do we do about it? We divide both sides by 8, and what do we get? 2. Good. Before we say that's our answer, we do need to check our work. So you're going to have a worksheet today, and you make sure you show checking your work. So 2 parentheses 4c plus 8 equals 32. That's just our original equation. Now we're going to plug in 2 right there. So 2 parentheses 4 times 2 plus 8 close parentheses. This is where our calculator can help us. We're just going to put in this right here. So everybody get your calculator. If you don't have one, go grab one. Everybody needs to be doing it. 2 parentheses 4, then put a 2 in parentheses for that c, and do plus 8. Close your parentheses. And it equals 32, which is what we want. We want them to be balanced. We want them to be equal. So that just shows that we have checked it. So put a box around your answer. All right, let's go to the next one. Draw a line, circle your variable. We're going to do the add and subtract first. So we have this plus 4. What do we do about it? Minus 4 to both sides. Get x over 2 equals 2. What operation is this line right here? Dividing. So how do we get rid of divide? Multiply. So we're going to multiply both sides by 2. So So when you do that, it goes away, and you get x equals 2 times 2, 4. Okay, we're going to check our work. X over 2 plus 4. We want to see if that equals 6. This is just our original equation. But we're going to substitute in the 4 right here for x. So 4 over 2 plus 4. That's what you're going to put in the calculator. So do the fraction. How do we push the button to get to the fraction menu? Alpha y equals. So we're going to do 4 over 2. You got to use your arrows. Arrow to the right to get out of the fraction. Plus 4. Is that supposed to equal 6? Yep. So that means we did it right. So x equals 4. Okay, let's go to number 3. We need to get the x term by itself. Do the add and subtract first. So we're going to subtract 1 on both sides. And now we have a fraction times x. To get rid of that fraction in front of x, we do the reciprocal. We're going to flip them. So we're going to multiply times the opposite. 5 over 2 times 5 over 2. It's called the reciprocal. That's my favorite word. So we're going to do 6 times, do the fraction, alpha y equals 5 over 2. And we get 15. Okay, let's check our answer. We're going to do 2 over 5x plus 1 equals 7. We're going to plug in the 15. So 2 over 5 times 15 plus 1 and see what that gives us. Oh yeah, there's a little question mark on that because I'm making sure. That's what I'm checking. Alpha y equals, put this in your calculator right now. 2 over 5 times 15 plus 1. And it does equal 7. So that means we did it correctly. Got x equals 15. Okay, you are going to start your worksheet now.